Now you might be wondering why on earth I have decided to make a video about reviewing 2020. 2020, seriously, but here's the thing. I think it's a good idea to leave anything in life, including a year, on good terms. If you leave it with bad feelings, with unresolved arguments, and with just negativity, and we begin a new year or a new phase or a new chapter, whatever it is in life, with that energy, then it can be an uphill struggle. Whereas I think if we just take a few moments, 10 minutes, half an hour a day, whatever it is that you want to spend on this, and just reviewing the year as a whole, your whole 2020, so that when you come to the end of December, 31st of December, and if you're watching this on catch up and it's already into the new year, you can still do this exercise, it's fine. But when it comes to that point, you can say, done. Thank you very much. Let's shake hands and part as friends. Let's leave that year in the place it needs to be in last year, in 2020, so that when you move into the new year, 2021, almost like turning the page and you start a new chapter in your book, your life, you begin afresh. Now, that new chapter might start with some of the challenges that are continuing from 2020, and that we haven't quite got all the the vaccines and the social distancing and things sorted out yet, and that will hopefully get better as we move into the year. But equally, to start whatever journey you're going to have in that new year on good terms, on fresh terms, as a new chapter, I think is just a better place to be, rather than starting it still angry with what happened before. So that's the reason for this exercise. Keep watching. Hey, Mike Blissett here, founder of Speak Like a Pro Online, sharing ideas, tools and techniques to help you speak with more confidence, make better videos and grow your business. On this channel, you see book review, tech and how-to videos just like this one. So if you're enjoying it, remember, give me a thumbs up. And if it's your first time here, welcome! Remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get to know next time I upload fresh content. So 2020, chances are it was not the year that you planned it to be, right? It certainly wasn't the year I planned it to be, and I haven't talked to anybody that expected it either. So I think it's a really good time at the moment, and I'm recording this just before New Year, so whether you're catching this up after New Year, you can still do the exercise, but I think it's a really great moment, this kind of period, if it's just before or just after, just to do a review, a quick review or a longer review, however works for you, just so that you can look back on the whole year rather than just coronavirus and your experience of it. So whether that's affected your career or your business or your family or your home, or how you are socially distanced or in the lockdown or stay at home, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. So it's not just all about that. It's actually the whole year. I think you're much more likely to then come to the end of the year and be able to leave it on good terms. Now, this exercise is really super simple. You can spend a short amount of time as you want to on it, or you can actually spend a longer amount of time and just go deeper and have a more immersive experience, whatever works for you. I'm going to spend a reasonable amount of time on it because I'm making a video about it as well, but it's whatever works for you. So step number one is to look back over 2020 and just remember what went well, what you're happy about, what went good in your life. So if I look back at the beginning of my year, actually the end of 2019, right at the end in December, I was in Shanghai in China, and it was my first visit to China and I absolutely loved it. I'm not quite sure what I expected, but I just came away with, I just loved it. It was great. I loved the city, I loved the people, the energy, the vibrancy, obviously the food. It was just a great experience. And I also went to some local towns in the area just outside of Shanghai to see kind of older towns and older traditions. And I'm sure I saw China through the tourist eyes, obviously, because I was a tourist, but I just had a really great experience. And coming back to London, I just had such enthusiasm and optimism for 2020. And I remember talking with clients and equally with people after doing training events and speaking events at the end of 19 and also at the beginning of 20. And just hearing from them as well, the enthusiasm and the optimism for a bright new year. And whether it was that 2020 had a good ring to it, a nice balanced number, 2020, all this kind of stuff, it all added to the optimism. And so just think how it was for you. I remember I had a really busy diary, and it was actually the busiest it had been for probably 5 or 6 years, in that I was booked. So I had bookings, and this was coaching and training and speaking bookings going into latest part of 2020, into kind of November time and early December. So I was booking ahead, and the summer was pretty crammed. So how was it for you? Step number 2 is to ask yourself, what could you do even better next time? Now, obviously, there isn't going to be a next time as far as 2020 is concerned. It's over, or it's pretty much over, depending when you're watching this video, but there will be another year. So next time means in the future. Going forward, what could you do even better, knowing what you know, learning what you have learnt through 2020? How are you going to take that into the future, not just 2021, but even beyond that as well? Just to give you some examples of what I can take from 2020, or I will take from 2020 and do it even better in 2021, is that before 2020 and through 2020, I had started to create an online version of my business as well. And what I mean by that is I've got the website, blog, and YouTube and Facebook, all the social media, and if you're in business, you've probably got something similar as well. But equally, in the last few years, I've also been building online communities and membership sites, a couple of online courses, my Speak Like a Pro online course, and also a mini program, a mini online course, a 7-day challenge. And so I'd already started to do that. But as my diary completely opened up, apart from my coaching clients, which continued on Zoom, as far as the training work and the speaking work was concerned, thankfully, the online version of my business, the online courses, kind of replaced that gap. And as I worked more on them, promoted them and engaged with them more, so that they actually more than replaced what had been face-to-face. So going forward, I think that not only it's something, it's an area that I can work on even more, because it's just great to be able to work with more people in more countries than I can be there, in person at the same time. I can't be in Brazil and Australia and the UK and Germany and all at the same time, but I can actually have an online course and a community where I work with people in all those countries at the same time. And that for me is kind of exciting. I like that. Plus, I actually like creating online courses. I like figuring out how to record things and how to create content. And that's something that has grown out of the coaching and the training and the speaking that I do, and it's transferring online. And for me going forward, this is something that I think I can do even better in the future, so in 2021. So for you, what would that be? Would it be more writing, or would it be more blogging, or webinars, or how would you take some of the learnings of what you could do even better from 2020 into 2021? And just before we move on, if you are enjoying this video, remember, give me a thumbs up. If it's your first time on this channel, thank you for being here. Remember, also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so you get to know next time I upload fresh content. And then the final question number 3, is how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right at this moment, whenever this moment is for you that you're watching this video? So you could be late December. I'm recording this in late December. You might be picking this up in sometime in the beginning, the first part of 2021. Whenever it is for you, how are you feeling right now? And to give you some idea of how I'm feeling right now, it's probably quite reflective, probably why I'm doing this video. But what I mean by reflective is, one of the other things I became more aware of in 2020, and I can do even better in 2021, is that I've meditated. I've done mindfulness meditation in various ways for probably close to 30 years. Now, just to say, I haven't done it daily for 30 years. Don't get too impressed here, okay? I've done it sometimes, and there's been big long gaps of sometimes a few months or a few years, and then I've come back to it, and then I've done it for a bit longer. And so what I mean here is, if I look back over those 30 years, I've been experiencing and been aware of mindfulness meditation for the most part all of that time. And one thing I've learned through 2020 as a way to kind of lessen the anxiety and the stress, and I felt anxiety and stress going through this, and I think many people, that's been their experience, or one of their experiences as well. One of the ways I've found to kind of just take the edge off that, it doesn't make it all right, but it lessens it a little bit, is to do regular mindfulness meditation. Now, I made a video of this a few months ago, and if you click the link at the top of the screen now, you will be able to watch that video. And also, if you miss that link, I'll be putting the link underneath this video in the show notes, so you can click that link after this video and you can watch it then as well. And it just shows you how I go through a mindfulness meditation routine. Is it routine? Maybe that's not the right word, but do a mindfulness meditation. And here's the thing, the more I have done that this year, the more it has helped. As I say, it didn't make the virus go away, it didn't suddenly get me more work, or but it made it more possible to continue on through this year, feeling that I was in touch with my essence, who I am, that I'm still a reasonably optimistic, funny, sociable person, even though the world and how I do that has changed, and I can't be in front of 100 people making them laugh, training, doing a workshop or speaking or whatever. It has to be virtual. So I've had to change all that, but actually with the meditation, it's kind of, as I say, it's taken the edge off the anxiety or the stress or the worry of that. So I think that's something I'm taking forward. And how I feel now is reflective, in that I'm pleased for that. I'm just going to begin my second, it sounds funny to say this, my second virtual retreat that I'm doing with a meditation center over the next few days over New Year. And I did one in, I think, September. And it was meant to be in person, face to face. And of course, it was cancelled because of the virus. And so they did a virtual version of it, which I wasn't sure how it was going to be, and it was great. It was so good. There were people there from Vancouver, from the US, from Australia, in Germany. I mean, so many countries, of course, here in the UK. And when we came together, and it was on Zoom, and it was on YouTube, and different parts of it was on different platforms. But the thing is, when we all came together, we were all together. So it's like meditating together, doing a mindfulness meditation technique. And if you've ever done that with a group of people in a room, there's, even though you've all got your eyes closed and it's quiet, there's a kind of a connectivity, a connection of energy. And that's what I found through the pop-up retreats. And so doing that, I'm about to do my second one in a few days. I think right now, I'm in a reflective mood, and that's a tranquil, that's a nice, that's a good way to start the new year. And just look, I'm looking at the calendar now. It's the 26th of December. I'm looking toward the new year rather than fearing or angry toward the new year. I'm feeling okay. It's good. Whatever will happen in 2021, and I know, because I'm an optimist, that it will get better. It will get better. And so the tools that I have and the tools that you have, we can use them going forward to make good, to share our skill, knowledge and expertise. And I know that because you're part of my community, my channel as well, and I believe that for you as well. So as I say, the final part of this exercise is just to become aware of, where are you right now? How are you feeling right now, going into, whether it's the beginning of the new year, or if you're in the new year going into 2021. So question of the day, in fact, question of the year, because we're going into the new year, what are your plans? So whatever you have planned for 2021. If you want to share it with me, as I say, leave comments in the boxes below. If you have enjoyed this video, remember, give me a thumbs up. If you've been here for the first time, stick around for the next video. Remember, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It would be great to keep in touch with you going forward into this bright new year. And I believe it will be a bright new year. Remember, this channel is all about sharing ideas, tools, and techniques to help you speak with more confidence, make better videos, and grow your business. I just want to take this moment at the end of this video just to wish you a happy, a joyful, a healthy, a successful, an optimistic, and all the good stuff that you can ever imagine for 2021. Let's keep in touch. Let's keep sending out the positivity, and I know things will be better. Take good care.